In recent years, the question of whether major sports events should be held in politically unstable or dangerous zones has sparked significant debate, as countries across the world vie for the prestige of hosting international tournaments, such as the Olympics, World Cup, or other major championships. Many considerations come into play. This debate isn't just about the safety of athletes and spectators, but also touches on ethics, diplomacy, economics, and the potential impacts on the host country itself. Safety concerns. One of the primary arguments against hosting sports events in politically volatile regions is the heightened risk to safety. Hosting an event where athletes, fans, and officials come together from around the world makes security a daunting task in the best of times. But when a region faces ongoing political tension, civil unrest, or a high threat of terrorism, the dangers increase significantly. Even with security measures in place, there's always a risk that something could go wrong. An example of this occurred in the 1972 Munich Olympics, where a group of athletes from Israel were taken hostage and ultimately killed by a terrorist group. Financial costs. Hosting sports events in politically dangerous zones can also come with an increased financial burden. Organizing committees and host countries must often dedicate significant resources to securing the area and ensuring the safety of all participants. This includes heightened security measures like installing state-of-the-art surveillance systems, hiring additional security personnel, and coordinating with international security agencies. The costs can become astronomical, potentially limiting the budget for other important aspects of the event, such as infrastructure, accommodations, or other facilities. Furthermore, if an incident does occur, it could discourage future sponsors, investors, and tourists from engaging with the host country, causing long-term financial repercussions. Ethics and human rights. Some argue that hosting an event in a politically unstable region can implicitly endorse the host nation's political practices or human rights record. For example, if a country known for oppressive government policies is awarded a major international tournament, it can be seen as the international community turning a blind eye to those issues. This raises ethical concerns about whether sports organizations should prioritize the prestige of an event over the welfare of citizens in a given region. In the past, events like the Olympics and World Cup have drawn criticism for being hosted in countries where human rights abuses were alleged, leading some to believe that such events should be held only in politically stable and democratically fair regions. The argument here is that awarding major sports events to oppressive regimes provides them with a global platform that legitimizes their actions, promoting peace and diplomacy. On the other hand, there is a belief that hosting sports events in politically sensitive regions can act as a bridge for peace and diplomacy. Advocates for this approach argue that sports have a unique ability to bring people together and encourage dialogue among nations. Hosting an event might open up doors for better relations between the host country and the international community. The Olympic Games, for instance, are seen as a celebration of global unity, with the goal of fostering friendly competition among diverse countries. Many people believe that by holding events in regions facing political strife, it could encourage positive change, give citizens a sense of pride. The 2018 Winter Olympics in South Korea is one example where sports helped to soften political tensions. The Games saw a historic display of unity between North and South Korea, as athletes from both countries marched under a single flag and competed together. Although it didn't resolve the political issues between the two countries, it showcased the potential of sports to influence diplomacy positively. Economic development for the host country. These events can lead to improved infrastructure, such as transportation systems, stadiums, and hotels, which can benefit the local population long after the event ends. In some cases, the boost to the economy can serve as a stepping stone toward greater stability, potentially transforming the nation's political and social landscape in the process. However, it's important to consider that while economic growth is a possible outcome, it's not a guarantee. The high costs associated with hosting, combined with the risk of poor attendance if visitors are deterred by political tensions, could result in financial losses rather than gains. Impact on athletes and fans. The experience of athletes and fans must also be considered. Competing or attending events in a politically dangerous zone can create added stress for everyone involved. Athletes, whose focus should be on their performance, might be distracted or anxious due to the surrounding political situation. This was evident in the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, where concerns about both political instability and safety, the international sports community could work toward a model where major events uplift host countries. One thing is clear: sports have an undeniable impact on the world, both inside and outside the stadium. That's it for today's video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more related sports content.